All right, and we're back. Another episode of Black to the Film. I'm your host, Will Lee. And everyone, please go to Blurb and check out my book, 104 Great Black Films to Watch. If you are a film aficionado like me, it's a great coffee book, conversational piece to keep around. I also have a free digital copy, and then there's another copy you can order, a PDF electronic version of the book for your Kindle Fire or whatever you want to put it on. So I'm back today because, as you know, the master, Steve McQueen, has a film compilation on Amazon Prime. And for those who don't know, I love Amazon Prime Video because it is actually it's actually the only one, yeah, you can actually buy, your films and store them and watch them over and over and over again. They never go away. Whereas Netflix, they go away after a while, and some other things they go away after a while. Amazon keeps the films on, and then after they're no longer free, you can actually buy them, which is a huge deal. I stay buying my classics, and maybe I'll do a thing on my classic films that I like to watch. But anyway, Steve McQueen has produced, directed, and has inspiring stories coming from, I always get this wrong, the United Kingdom or Britain, but we'll call it Britain for now, about humans in Britain, living in Britain from the diaspora, what they call the diaspora, I believe. And I say it like that because there's just too many different, very, very, very diverse versions of people that are melanated living in Britain, right? It's not even a melting pot. These are individual, distinct people. These humans, right? Anyway, his film compilation is called Small Axe. It's 3 episodes deep. And I'm doing this video because this is my favorite episode because it had the man, the homie, my little brother, John Boyega, who, as you know, has done a lot of films. Attack the Block and Star Wars is really what he's known for. But he has another film called, I believe it's called Imperial Dreams, that's really good, you know. And it's interesting that he took this role, but I understand why, and this is why this film called Red, White, and Blue is my favorite. Because like his film Imperial Dreams, where he is taking care of his son, taking care of his child through all the difficulties and not having any support. This film that he's in, Red, White, and Blue, is also a father and son story. It's actually a true story. Steve McQueen is bringing these true stories from probably, inspired by what will probably go down as the Black Summer, that's referring to the summer of 2020 when humans all around the world stood up and protested injustices by the legal authority, or otherwise known as the police, towards melanated people. And this story is about a son who's doing great things academically. And yes, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler. He's doing great things academically. And his father gets assaulted by the police. And what happens is that he wants to protect his father. Man, they beat his father bad. And he wants to protect his father, And just thinking about that, it's such a wicked game when you think about it, right? That it happens in America, It happens in other countries. Anywhere you have human men, and then you have um, the police, which can't be assaulted, but they can kick the shit out of you and beat the shit out of you for nothing. You know, man, just thinking about it it happens on that scale. There's literally no place in what they call the what I like to say is the connected world. But anyway, he wants to protect his dad, and so being the person that he is, and this is the true story, he decides to join the police force. You know, because he feels like he can change this problem. It's a great story. Nothing will be lost on watching it, even though I spoiled it a little bit. Nothing will be lost on it. It's a great story. There's also two other episodes prior to this. One is The Mangrove, and then one gets a little bit lighthearted. It's called Lovers Rock, I think. But you'll see them if you go on Amazon Prime Video. And for those that don't know, you can get Amazon Prime Video. It's like $10 a month or something like that. $7.99 if you have a student. They got a deal now because of the COVID, so you can actually get Amazon Prime, and what that gives you is not only do you get access to the great videos, you also get free shipping on all your products. So it basically pays for itself. You get somewhat of a priority type of shipping, so it basically pays for itself. But yeah, I mean, it's really touched me, this father and son story, because I have a relationship. I think a lot of human men, it's a stigma that we don't have dads or we don't know our dads. A lot of us, but that's not true. I grew up with my dad. My parents were together since they were teenagers, since they were kids, basically. Young teenagers, and 40 something years. My parents were together. Well, I grew up with my dad. In my life, in the household, with a man, in a strong family. So, it really meant a lot for me to see this father and son connecting and bonding. And even though the dad was like really upset, he loved his son. That's the most important thing, no matter what. He loved his son unconditionally. That's very important. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. And as always, it never fails. I mean, this is getting so tiring. This is getting so tiring looking at it. It's like we all have this. We do all have this shared experience as human men. We have this shared experience with the authority, and I don't really know to what end the authority behaves like it does, because it's highly efficient, but yet if it is a pointful agenda or a pointful goal in its behavior, it's lost on me. It's just wasteful if it's just this behavior, this abuse of authority is for no reason. I can't understand it. It's just over my head, I guess. Maybe it's not. I can't comprehend. It's one of those things. But it's amazing to see that this story of human men is immortal, right? It continuously goes on. We continuously try to change within the boundaries, within the so-called rules, the criteria we're told to respect and abide by, that nobody else does but us, right? We're the only ones really respecting these things, and nobody else does. That's kind of like an inside joke, right? I guess, right? So it's just amazing, going back. His story actually reminded me of the first human man to go to West Point and the trials and tribulations he suffered there. What was his name? Let's see if I can recall his name. I need to do something about him. I need to do something about him. It was so long ago. He got attacked, and yeah. No, that's the first one to graduate. First cadet at West Point. Here we go. Appointed. Yeah, the first cadet appointed. James Webster Smith. Yeah, the first cadet appointed to West Point. James Webster Smith. And man, he went through it. He got attacked. They expelled him because they thought that he staged his attack. But, you know, he really did get attacked. So anyway, it's just like that, you know. We are fearless because these environments, man, that we try to be the first one, you know, um we try to change the status quo. They're dangerous. They're dangerous to us, you know. Dangerous. You will be harmed. You will be harmed for showing courage, you know, because obviously the game's thick. They can beat you, you can't beat them physically, but you can beat them. And when you do beat it, it's permanent, right? When you beat it the right way, it's permanent. It does change things. And if you research the character that he plays, that's what I gotta tell you. The character that he plays. Let me look up the character. I forgot the name. The character he plays is named oh, okay. Leroy Logan is the character that he plays. John Boyega plays Leroy Logan, who was like one of the first Bobbies that was a human um, to join the force. One of the first. So it's actually a very strong story when you look at his life and where he's at now and what he's done. He's actually still alive. You know, it's kind of crazy, like to see your life told on the big screen. You know, and yeah, he's 30 years. He's been involved with them. So you know, um, I just want everybody to go in and watch it if you can. I know a lot of times people only have Netflix. People don't know that there's Amazon Prime Video. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do more to promote um, Amazon Prime Video because it has some good programming that's being overlooked. Netflix is always gonna be my heart, but Amazon Prime Video, I love what they're doing. I love that they're putting content like this out. Steve McQueen is a master. His work is magnifique. Magnifique. I do believe that as a filmmaker, we are going to see. I do believe that as a filmmaker, we are going to see what has been long sought. Probably the last one would be considered Citizen Kane. But I think that we are going to see from Steve McQueen in our lifetime a magnus opus from a filmmaker. A magnus opus. The last one being Citizen Kane, which was a long time ago. For those of you who don't know, when you go to film school, the first film, and I went to 2 film schools. The first film they always show you, they always talk about from 1941 is Citizen Kane. You know, they always show you that one. It's the magnus opus of its day, and there hasn't been one since. You know, people will say, people will say, magna opus. People will say, or magnum opus. People will say it's films like The Godfather and things like that, and Apocalypse Now. Those are classics. Those are classics. It's a big difference between something that's classic and something that is a magnum opus, right? A magnum opus is something that is intimately studied as if it was just made yesterday. It is the core of what you're learning. Whereas, like for example, in hip hop, the magnum opus would be Run DMC's Walk This Way, right? Or like for pop culture, it would be Thriller, Michael Jackson's Thriller, right? These are the individual artist's best work. And that's all I can say about this. It's Steve McQueen right now is on that path to pure magnum opus. I would like to say, depending on what the next 2 stories are, maybe Small Axe, because the way he's branded Small Axe is that Small Axe is several films. It's actually a 5-film compilation, and each one is like an hour and some change. So it's like maybe 7 hours together, because some of these stories are all happening at the same time. Like I said, they're all happening in the same era at the same time to different humans, from different distinct cultures and backgrounds. You know, the Mangrove was like in one part, Lovers Rock, I think, was in another part, but that's like Lovers Rock, that's in another part, kind of like a little leisurely, but the whole point behind Lovers Rock was that humans were excluded from association with Britons, so they had to have their own parties and jams. So you got all these things going on at the same time, and we're always thinking like the trick is the status quo wants you to think that you are alone, that it's you particularly that this is happening to, because there's something wrong with you. But in reality, it's not that you're alone. You're not alone. You're far from alone. This is happening in America, in Great Britain, in Canada. And I was thinking, you can't really just put it off on Eurocentric countries. It happens in the motherland. It happens in Akibalan or Akibalin, where you have humans attacking other humans, but those humans are in the police authority, and it's crazy that they doing that. It's just wow. But anyway, so I would say, if you have a good, if you have not much to do, which many of us don't, because we're trapped indoors, go on and check out Small Axe. It's 3 episodes in, so that'll keep you busy for a while. New episodes come out every Friday. I actually like watching every Friday. I try to save it. Even though it comes out early for me. I think it was like Thursday it was available for me. I don't know how, but I try to save it to Friday night. That's my Friday night thing. And this what I liked about this film was that I said episodes, new films come out every Friday from the compilation. It's really got me choked up here, man, and that's hard to do. That's hard to do. There's only one movie that gets me a little bit choked up, and that's The Pursuit of Happiness. It's at the end, which is again another movie about a father and a son. Another movie about a father and a son. And it's very important that these people are overlooking these symbols of these symbols of human men with their sons. They're overlooking this, but it's happening. These are real things that are happening. Pursuit of Happiness is not a fictional story. I mean, Pursuit of Happiness is Pursuit of Happiness is a biography story. It's a real story. Chris Gardner is a real person, and his son is a real person. You know, overcoming the challenges of of being a fatherhood, and wanting to give your son the best life possible. Wanting to give your child the best life possible within your power. That's that's your immortality as a man. But I say that as a collective of humans, man. I think back to the court martial of Jackie Robinson. It's like, man, that's 1940. It's 1944, 43, 44. Man, I mean, I could go on for hours. Basically, this story has never ended. It's like, we are. It's immortal. We just keep stepping up. We just keep stepping up. I think, yeah, we kind of have winged off a little bit. I don't know who's really rocking the boat now. We kind of winged off a little bit, but for like many years we have been trying to get this society to accept people. I think no other person on the planet is more interested in just everyone being equal and things being equal and being considered on their merits and being treated just like everyone else, which we never are treated just like everyone else. But I think no one is more interested in that than the human man, or the melanated man. I don't use black man no more, you know, because I know the show's called Black to the Film, but that's a tongue-in-cheek joke. But really, we're gonna start referring to ourselves as humans. I think that that's the giant hole in the center of this, right? The giant hole in the center of this, while we're not able to close this, is that we don't refer to ourselves as humans. We have to get out of that moniker of being a black or African American or whatever those monikers are. I'm pretty sure that they call them black Brits. I don't even understand that. I don't even understand how that works. But we just need to start referring to ourselves and getting everyone else to refer to us as humans. Right? That's what we need to get at. We need to get on that level. That's where the fight needs to be at right now. And I don't know. I'm not a leader. I'm a thought person. So it's good to tell these stories. It's good to continue to impart the knowledge. But let's be honest. There's only one person on the planet who has continuously and only objectively been seeking one thing since we met the Europeans, and they came and altered the destiny of a lot of people. That is the human man. Nobody else has been driven in this pursuit as I. And for that, we're immortal. I guess we don't know any better. I guess we just don't know any better. As much as it hurts, I guess we just don't know any better. Well, how they say, we're a glutton for punishment. So yeah, y'all go check it out. I'm out of here, and enjoy Small Axe. Deuces.